In all honesty, I would have maybe fallen sick, I would say twice, and it was always around the same time each year. And I would have gone to the clinic and I would have been asked to see a nutritionist there because it was always something about my cholesterol. Whatever the mark is, it wasn't like so far beyond, it was always just there, but just because it was on the higher end, there would have been concerns, and every other time, those other people would have said, stop eating cheese, stop eating rice, stop eating, and I'm just like, okay, wait, well, what am I supposed to eat? You know, because then you're listing all these things and this is everything. So I never really cared before to follow up on that. I would, you know, try to make conscious choices and try to stay away from fatty foods or, you know, like certain things. At the school that I was working at, we had a health fair, and so there were some nurses and some medical benefit staff who were there assisting in that. And so students and teachers, well, staff, right, we were able to take or do certain checks. And so I would have utilized the opportunity in between classes. However, after doing the glucose test, the pressure test, and cholesterol test, the results were recorded on a sheet of paper, and we were supposed to go to a nutritionist sent from medical benefits for her to pretty much explain what everything meant, and I guess maybe next steps if it was relevant to you. I would have gone to Dorothy Graham-Childs and asked her, you know, well, is it possible for you to go over these results with me another time because I'm unable to do it at this present moment? She was lovely, absolutely lovely. And so she gave me her number and asked me to give her a call, and she said, no problem, you know, I'll see you, you can come into the office and I'll explain everything to you. So we did follow up on that. So when I called her, she asked me for my email address. She would have sent me a form. So there was like an extensive form that I had to fill out. It was a couple of pages, but I felt it was necessary, and I could understand why that was the case, because it pretty much asked the types of foods that I liked, the foods I disliked, even combinations of. And so I was a bit excited to see her because I really wanted to know, okay, well, what's gonna come of this? When I met her again in the office, she would have redone some of the tests just to kind of get a comparison, because it was about a month in between. And, you know, she pretty much just explained everything. She said, this is a little bit high, this is a little bit elevated, so we're gonna need to work on that. I wanna be healthy. I think being healthy is what's important. It's not really about how much or what I look like per se, because of course you wanna look good, but looking a particular way doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy, right? So I really appreciated my interaction with her, because she never once said, you can't, you can't, you can't, or you shouldn't. You know, so from that, because everything couldn't be done all at once, we would have had a few follow-up appointments, and it just turned out that I was seeing her like every 2 weeks, having discussions, discovering foods, learning how to make better food choices and that sort of thing. So I really love that. I had no idea that medical benefits actually offered nutrition consults. Maybe like a one-off thing, but nothing that I knew was continuous. And so that was very valuable. So as I would have mentioned, Miss Graham-Childs, she was insistent, not like in a pressuring way, but in a genuine way of really wanting to help me to reach my goals. And so we would have had consistent appointments, and ever since my experience, I just had to, I get so excited I have to tell everybody about it. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? try to make better choices. And if you're uncertain of choices to make, check out medical benefits, right? It gets easier every day. I'm not gonna say it's an easy road because food is food. We have to eat, we have to survive. And I know that I don't wanna be on medication, and so I'm gonna make these choices for myself personally. The counting calories is not very easy, and so thank God for technology, right? There are many apps that would help you to count calories, and so it's just a matter of going into the app and putting in, I ate a slice of bread, or I had tuna and the tuna had mayo. And so with you just put in the food and maybe like the quantity, the calories are calculated for you. I'm wearing a watch right now. This also helps me in terms of burning calories and counting my steps. And so while I would love to exercise every single day or 5 days out of 7, that is not reality, because this is life. Schedules happen, but it is about discipline.